What you just saw is a tiny snapshot of the evidence. My film, Police State 4, The Rise of FEMA, is 16 years of condensed research on the blueprint for the globalist takeover. You notice we reverse engineered this years ago, and we've been unbelievably accurate now that they've publicly announced all this. We're now in post-denial phase. They know they've got a 9% approval rating. They know you're awake to them. Now they're just going with pure intimidation. They think you're fearful. I know you're like me. You're strong, you're deliberative, you're focused, you're committed. The facts are now out. You're going to stand against this. I get a lot of emails saying, why do you cover all this? It's scary. You're going to scare people. I don't think you're cowards. I think when you're faced with the truth, like Patrick Henry said, you'll want the truth and make preparation for it. Just denying the stuff doesn't make it go away. It's like folks I've known who smoke 3 packs of cigarettes. They go, oh, I know you can get cancer, but I never will, and they get cancer. I mean, wouldn't you rather me say, hey, quit smoking cigarettes? And you're like, well, I've been smoking them. I'm going to live in denial. No, quit now, and statistically, you won't get lung cancer as quickly. Well, it's the same thing. We got a real case of sickening, disgusting, degenerate tyranny. And we need to be honest about it. I know there's a lot of mainstream dinosaur media watching. Look, stop acting stupid. You don't have to be spoon-fed everything. Look up congressional hearings. There's film of it, Rex 84. Look up Emergency Centers Establishment Act. Look up Civilian Inmate Labor Camp Program. Look up Continuity of Government Civil Unrest Program. Look up decommissioned bases used for civil emergencies. Stop living in la-la land. Okay, it's all real, and they've spent our tax money by the hundreds of billions on these camps. And they've spent probably over $1 trillion in the aggregate since the 40s on underground bases. Switzerland has spent per capita less than 1/100th on underground bases. They have a 2-year food supply, generators, fuel, water, guns, hand grenade launchers for their entire population for less than 1/100th. Why haven't we been let in on the COG in these bases in case of biological release, asteroids, nuclear war? Because we're seen as the enemy. America's been conquered by offshore banks. Do you understand that? We're run, our government has been hijacked by our enemies. There's no bunker for you and your family like Switzerland. They've spent 100 times the money per capita, and it's all built so they can do whatever they want to us. And the whole thing is manned by military and others and corporate people. That's why they're getting rid of the military, bringing in corporates and bringing in drones and bringing in robots. And please don't send me an idiotic email about we're not run by drones and robots. They've already got half the stuff in the air is robot. And they've kept quiet the ground force because that does freak out people. They want to think of men fighting like John Wayne. Within 10 years, no more John Wayne. Okay? I mean, listen, there's not a lot of time to screw around, folks. Okay, how much of what I've said has come true so far? If we don't have an awakening now and put the brakes on this, I want America to be great and prosperous. But there's three or four things can happen. Total World War III, globalists win, launch bioattacks on us, lockdown society, end of humanity as we know it. The global tyranny overreaches, has some wars, fails and collapses. That's much better. Depression, starving in the streets better than them going ahead with the full plan. Or we could wake up, put the brakes on, have some sanity, and pull back from this. But living in denial and hyperventilating over football all day while science fiction crazy land is going on around you, run by psycho mad scientists, there's not time to screw around anymore. There's not time to live in denial. Okay? You have been warned.